so we will have somebody serving tea and coffee to everyone who wants tea in the place. That would be good. Okay. And when you come in, if you want to sign yourself in, that would be great. Are you coming up here, Jay, or will you stay over there?
I'll stay here.
Okay.
Yeah. We do three pieces. All of them are inspired or taken from the mystical literature of the Middle East and the world that is called the Oriental world, the other side. And the first one has got the subject of Mullah Nasruddin, who is a famous figure in Iran, Turkey, Iraq, Pakistan and India, this man was a very scholarly, gifted and intellectually well endowed, but for some reason he felt that he needed to look crazy and out of the normal or regular behavior so that he doesn't get any responsibility from the state. And this is a story about him called Mullah Nasruddin. This is being done between me and John, and we've done this once before. Please do. All right. Mullah Nasruddin had been working in the fields all day long. He was tired and sweaty, and his clothes and shoes were covered with mud and stains. Because he had been fasting all day long, he was also quite hungry. But finally it was almost sundown, and Nasruddin knew that he would soon be able to eat. The wealthiest man in town had invited everyone to come break their fasts in his home that evening with a huge feast. Nasruddin knew that he would be late if he went home to change his clothes before heading into town. He decided it was better to arrive in dirty clothes than to be late. Oh, what a party it would be, what a feast. As he walked to the wealthy man's home, Nasruddin imagined the delicious foods that he would soon be eating: dates, lentils and chickpeas, olives and bread, hummus, falafel, chicken and beef, and best of all, the desserts: halwa, date rolls, figs and baklava. When Nasruddin arrived, the wealthy man opened the door and looked Nasruddin up and down scornfully, from his worn, ragged clothes down to his muddy shoes. Without a word of welcome, he gestured for Nasruddin to come in and walked abruptly away. Nasruddin joined the throngs of people who were all dressed in their finest clothing. The tables were laden with all sorts of delicious foods: dates, lentils and chickpeas, olives and bread, hummus, falafel, chicken and beef, and best of all, the desserts: halwa, date rolls, figs and baklava. Despite his efforts to hurry, the seats were all taken. Nobody tried to move over or make a space for Nasruddin. In fact, nobody offered him food. He had to reach over and around people to get any food for his plate. Nobody spoke to him. It was as if he wasn't even there. The other guests ignored him so completely that Nasruddin could not enjoy the food on his plate, no matter how finely prepared and how tasty it was. In fact, after only a few bites, Nasruddin was so uncomfortable that he decided to leave. He hurried home and changed into his finest clothing, including a beautiful coat. Nasruddin returned to the feast, and this time the host welcomed him with a huge smile. "Come in," greeted the host. As Nasruddin entered, people waved and called to him from all corners of the room as they invited him to sit near them and offered him food. Nasruddin sat down quietly, picking up a plum fig. He carefully placed it into the coat pocket, saying, "Eat, coat, eat." Next, he took a handful of nuts and put them into the pocket, saying, "Eat, coat, eat." Now he began to feed his coat in earnest, grabbing all sorts of foods. He fed the coat lentils and chickpeas, olives and bread, hummus, falafel, chicken and beef, and best of all, the desserts, halwa, date rolls, figs and baklava. Nasruddin became silent as they watched this strange behavior. Soon everyone in the room was staring at Nasruddin, wondering what he was doing. The host hurried over. "Nasruddin, what are you doing? Why are you feeding your coat in this manner?" "Well," replied Nasruddin, "when I first came to this feast in my old farming clothes, I was not welcome. No one would speak with me. But when I changed into this coat, suddenly I was greeted warmly. So I realized it was not me that was welcome at this party, but my clothing. So I am feeding my coat, because we judge what we see, not the character of the person who is inside his clothes." Thank you very much. We now do